Field moves into the club turn. They're off. Off stride at the start is Storm Bob. Driving out to get that early lead is Mr. Snag. Coming away second for position with Slam at Spud. Jonathan Knight on the outside trotting third. Along the rail fourth. Lily Bell Macho trotting in fifth to the quarter-mile pole. Goes Copper Homesick. Ray Donder is sixth. In seventh, Prairie Wind. They trot over to the quarter-mile pole. The leader by a length is Mr. Snag. The quarter-mile was in 31-2, and now Jonathan Knight moves up on the outside to challenge second. That's Jonathan Knight moving up on the outside to get the lead. Mr. Snag trotting second. Ray Donder moves up third. Racing in fourth is Slam at Spud. Lily Bell Nacho out there fifth. Trotting sixth to the half-mile marker. That's Prairie Wind along the rail seventh. Copper Homesick. And now off stride after a half mile is Jonathan Knight. The half mile was in 1 3/5. They go to the 3/4. The leader 3/4 of a length is Mr. Snag. The challenger second to the corner. Ray Donder along the rail third. Looking for room is Slam at Spud. On the outside, fourth to the 3/4, Lily Bell Nacho. Prairie Wind is fifth. Copper Homesick sixth. Racing in seventh as they swing round the turn is Storm Bob with Victory Banker. They go off the 3/4 mile mark. 1:31-2. They turn for home. Mr. Snag has opened up a 2.5 length lead. That's Lily Bell Nacho on the outside, closing ground. Along with Ray Donder, the leader is Mr. Snag. Lily Bell Nacho and Ray Donder. It's Mr. Snag, the leader. Lily Bell Nacho and Ray Donder. They're off. That's Calico Czar for the early lead. Nominate came away well along the inside with Beyond the Lookout. Getting off fourth. TV's Best with Steady Be Good fifth. And into the eighth, Nominate leads. Tucking in second. That's Calico Czar. 3-length gap finds Be on the Lookout third. TV's Best fourth, Steady Be Good fifth, with Sturgeon Bay sixth, Skipper Ritter is seventh, Magic Wolf and Top Swat the quarter, 30 3/5. They go to the 3/8 pole up on the outside. Be on the lookout to get that lead. Racing in second. That's Nominate in third to the half-mile pole. Calico Czar racing in fourth. TV's Best on the outside fifth. Steady Be Good. Racing along the rail, Sturgeon Bay is sixth, moving up to be seventh. That's Magic Wolf. Taking out of last there, Top Swat, now trailing Skipper Ritter. The half mile, 1 2 2/5. On the mid-back stretch, Be on the Lookout leads a length. Nominate second and neck. On the outside, Calico Czar under urging is third. Racing in fourth is Steady Be Good. On the outside, coming to fifth, Magic Wolf. They go off the 3/4, 1:33 1/5. It's Be on the Lookout a length. Nominate along the inside second. Calico Czar is third. They're in the stretch. Off stride was Be on the Lookout. Nominate gets the lead. Calico Czar is closing ground. TV's Best moves between horses. On the outside, Magic Wolf, they're 4 to a drive. That's TV's Best getting the lead. Racing second is Magic Wolf. Fields on the turn. They're off. Along the inside for the early lead, Videopolis. Wellwood Strikes came away well, getting off third as they look for position into that first turn on the outside. That's Perfect Weapon, and around the turn they go. The early leader, Perfect Weapon, 3/4 of a length. Racing in second to the quarter-mile juncture on the rail. That's Videopolis, Steady Jubilee third. Wellwood Strikes drops in fourth, racing in fifth. Smokin' Victory on the outside, sixth after a quarter-mile. Comes Blackjack Kid. On the front end, moving up to get that lead now is Steady Jubilee. Racing in second to the 3/8 mark is Perfect Weapon. In third round the turn goes Videopolis. Wellwood Strikes is fourth. Along the inside, fifth to the half-mile marker. That's Smokin' Victory. Jeers moves up sixth. Racing in seventh after a half and 1-1 is Blackjack Kid. Racing eighth on the outside of horses to the 3/4 mile mark. That's Kickapoo Kid, and trailing the field now, Avenging Thought. On the outside, moving up to challenge for the lead once again, but rough gated there, is Perfect Weapon, and now Perfect Weapon is off stride. Impeded around the turn momentarily was Jeers. Videopolis drives between horses. Wellwood Strikes is fourth. And now Videopolis on the outside moves up to get that lead. Down along the rail, still there, is Steady Jubilee. It's Videopolis, the leader. Steady Jubilee racing second. Wellwood Strikes on the outside is closing ground third. Videopolis, the leader on the outside. Wellwood Strikes is coming on. A driving finish. That's Wellwood Strikes, Videopolis, and Blackjack Kid. They're off. Along the inside, out sharply is Storm and Goose with Country Special. Driving up on the outside, that's Foxy Waltzer, and Foxy Waltzer pacing fast on the outside is up to get that lead. Country Special racing second. In third, Storm and Goose. Racing fourth is Hallview Jade. They're both on the move as they go to the quarter. Into the quarter-mile up on the outside to get that early lead by a length now. Country Special on the outside, ranging up to be second as they go to the 3/8 marker. That's Hallview Jade racing in third position. Foxy Waltzer on the outside. Herman the German moves up sharply fourth. Along the rail, fifth to the half-mile. Storm and Goose, and around the turn, Country Special leads a length, and the outside hanging second after a half-mile. That's Hallview Jade, the half, and 59 1/5. They go to the 3/4 mile pole. Country Special, the leader, racing in second as they go to the corner. That's Hallview Jade, 3 deep now at the rush. Herman the German racing in fourth to the upper turn on the rail. Foxy Waltzer coming on to be fifth. That's Powerful Force. They go into the 3/4 mile pole on the front end. Country Specials on a short lead. On the outside, racing in second round the turn comes Hall View Jade, 3/4, 128 2/5. They turn for home. Under urging now is Country Special. He leads by 3 lengths, racing in second along the rail. Powerful Force on the outside third. It's Tiger Rebel, but it's Country Special, Powerful Force, and Tiger Rebel. Fails on the turn. They're off. Along the inside for the lead goes Vagabond Shoes. Irene's Pretty Boy came out of there well. Between horses as they drive for position into that first turn. That's Prize Law. Snappy Tross out there fourth, and around the turn they go. Vagabond Shoes leads up on the outside to challenge second. Prize Law. They enter the stretch the first time. Prize Law leads quickly up on the outside now. Snappy Tross gets the lead, the quarter, and a bruising 28 4/5. Snappy Tross leads by 3 lengths, racing second. Prize Law. Vagabond Shoes third. Irene's Pretty Boy fourth. Stone Cross Nemesis fifth. Racing in sixth is Steve's Rorty. On the outside, coming on seventh now is S. Kraut Rally Ranger. Trailing the field, Passive Society. They go off the half-mile marker, 59 and a tick. Over to the 3/4, Snappy Tross, the leader, racing in second to the upper turn. Goes Prize Law on the outside. Irene's Pretty Boy moves up third. Racing in fourth as they go to the 3/4 mile mark. Vagabond Shoes on the outside, coming on to be fifth. That's Steve's Rorty. Into the 3/4, Snappy Tross has had the best of it and still does a length. Racing in second ahead is Prize Law. Irene's Pretty Boy is third. Moving 3 wide fourth. That's Steve's Rorty. They're in the lane. It's Snappy Tross, the leader. Racing in second in the stretch now on the outside comes Prize Law. Snappy Tross moves out to a 4-length advantage. Racing in second is Prize Law with Steve's Rorty third, but it's Snappy Tross, Prize Law, and Steve's Rorty. Fails on the turn. They're off. Along the inside for the early is Executive Privilege. Coming away in the middle, Wolfie's Boy. 3 deep also ran. Getting off fourth there was Cool K, and around the turn. The early leader is Wolfie's Boy, pushing the pace along the rail. Executive Privilege. Racing in third is Also Ran. Racing in fourth, Cool K. Wap is fifth. Tucker's Brother is sixth. The quarter, only 28 seconds. That's Also Ran on the outside, getting the lead now. Racing in second, Wolfie's Boy Executive Privilege is third. Racing in fourth is Cool K. Out of fifth goes WAP. On the outside, Can Caliente sixth. Tucker's Brothers seventh. Sid Sandman and Larry Jean. Into the half-mile pole they go. The leader also ran by 2 lengths. Racing second, Wolfie's Boy. The half-mile, 57 4/5. That's Executive Privilege. Hustling up on the outside. A challenge also ran for the lead. WAP comes on third. Wolfie's Boy is fourth. Cool K takes out of fifth. 3 deep now is Tucker's Brother. They're bunching into the 3/4. The leader by a length. Executive Privilege moving up the challenge is WAP. Tucker's Brother 3 deep. They turn for home. Tucker's Brother was rough gated momentarily. It's WAP getting the lead. Tucker's Brother coming on again second. Racing in third. Sid Sandman. Now it's Tucker's Brother getting the lead. WAP racing second with Sid Sandman third. It's Tucker's Brother, WAP, and Sid Sandman. They're off. Along the inside, Fanny's Finesse for the early lead. Coming away was Jeezel Beezel. Moving up on the outside as they look for position into that first turn. Goes Woodness, and Fanny's Finesse has the lead. Racing in second round. The turn to the quarter. On the outside is Jeezel Beezel racing in third. That's Brooklet's Fancy. They go off the quarter mile now. The leader is Jeezel Beezel, the quarter, 28 2/5. Franny's Finesse is right back after second. Franny's Finesse gets the lead. It's Franny's Finesse to the top, racing in second. Jeezel Beezel in third as they go to the 3/8. Brooklet's Fancy racing in fourth. Comes Fun Girl on the outside, racing up to be fifth to the half-mile marker. Goes Woodness, racing in sixth position now. Eskimo Kiss, Dual Sticks is seventh. Trailing the field as they go to the half-mile was Champagne Kelly. They go off the half, 59 2. Franny's Finesse leads. Jeezel Beezel is second with Woodness third. Along the inside, racing fourth to the corner. Brooklet's Fancy on the outside, fifth as they go to the 3/4 mile mark. That's Eskimo Kiss, final 3/8 of a mile. The leader of length is Franny's Finesse. Jeezel Beezel is second. Racing in third is Woodness along the rail. Brooklet's Fancy fourth. They turn for home. The leader by a length and a half is Franny's Finesse. Racing in second now, Jeezel Beezel on the outside. Dual Sticks with a late move. Franny's Finesse, the leader. Closing ground is Jeezel Beezel along the rail. Brooklet's Fancy, Franny's Finesse, close for second. They're off. Along the inside for the early lead alertly goes Comedy Club. Driving up in the middle of the racetrack, Fox Valley Contessa. Coming away third on the rail as they look for position into the turn. Wellwood Betsy, and around the turn they go up on the outside. Fox Valley Contessa to get the early lead. Holding the rail, though, is Comedy Club Wellwood Betsy third. Springtime Sal is fourth. Racing in fifth, Shipshy Woman. They went off the quarter, 28 and 4/5. The new leader as they go to the 3/8 pole is Comedy Club. Fox Valley Contessa's racing second. In third to the half-mile mark now, Wellwood Betsy. Springtime Sal fourth. Dollar for Dollar hustles up on the outside fifth, followed in sixth by T-Top Model Racing seventh. As they go to the half-mile mark now, that's Corky's Young Wolf with Shipshy Woman, the half, a minute and a fifth. On the outside, under pressure, the leader 3/4 of a length. Dollar for Dollar holding the rail. Second of the 3/4 goes Comedy Club. T-Top Model under urging is third. Racing along the inside, Fox Valley Contessa fourth. Racing in fifth as they swing round the turn. That's Corky's Young Wolf with Shipshy Woman coming on sixth. 3/4, 129. Comedy Club on the inside. Shipshy Woman's pacing a storm on the outside. They're in the lane. That's Shipshy Woman now gaining the lead. Racing in second position in the stretch, T-Top Model. It's Shipshy Woman leading, moving up to be second, Springtime Sale. But it's Shipshy Woman, Springtime Sale, and Fox Valley Contessa. Fields on the turn. They're off. Along the inside, Black on Black for the early lead. Coming away second alongside Confetti. Driving up third as they look for a position into the turn goes the home director with Nia Waltz. They swing around the turn, go over to the 1/4 mile pole on the front end. That's the home director getting the early lead. Nia Waltz moves up sharply to challenge second. And now Nia Waltz takes the lead. Home director is second. Black on Black Racing third, moving up to be fourth as they go to the 3/8. That's Devilish D on the outside. Unmentionable is fifth. Coming on to be sixth. Delinquent Account racing in seventh on the wood. Confetti on the outside, eighth to the half-mile pole. We Be Fast. Trailing the field round the turn, the Brooklyn Bell. They go off the half-mile, 59 seconds. On the front end, the leader 3/4 of a length is Nia Waltz, the challenger, second of the 3/4 mile mark. Devilish D racing up third. That's Unmentionable down along the inside, fourth to the 1/4. Goes Home Director, and moving 3 wide now into the turn with a rush. Delinquent Account. They swing round the turn on the front end. Nia Waltz, the leader. Racing in second position, Devilish D. Delinquent Account out there third with Black on Black. They're in the lane on the front end. The leader is Nia Waltz on the outside, racing in second through the lane now. Comes Delinquent Account. It's Nia Waltz, the leader. Delinquent Account on the outside is closing ground. Delinquent Account gets up with Nia Waltz, and We Be Fast. These are the horses for the 10th race, a perfect. They're off. Along the inside, Lockerbie Squire showing early speed, coming away second. as they drive for position into the turn. Little Bravado, and it's Little Bravado that gets the lead. Racing in second, Lockerbie Squire in third as they swing round the turn to the quarter mile. Goes Hightail Tilly. Bronze Pride is fourth. Racing in fifth, Sir Wolf, with Fox Valley Domino sixth. Rorty Range and Exceptional. They go off the quarter, 28 4/5 on the front stretch. The leader by a length and a half is Little Bravado. Racing in second as they go to the clubhouse turn now. That's Lockerbie Squire. They swing round the turn, go over to the half-mile pole. The leader by two is Little Bravado. Racing in second, Lockerbie Squire up on the outside now with an early move. Comes Bronze Pride. They go off the half-mile post, 59 3/5. Little Bravado shows the way on the outside, hustling up to be second. As they go to the three-quarter mile mark, that's Bronze Pride. Racing in third position along the rail, Lockerbie Squire. On the outside, coming on fourth, Fox Valley Domino. In the final quarter of a mile on the front end, the leader by a neck as they turn for home now. That's Little Bravado on the outside. Bronze Pride, the challenger, second. They're in the lane. Bronze Pride on the outside gets the lead. Little Bravado racing second and third through the lane. Lockerbie Squire, Little Bravado coming on again. That's Little Bravado tight for racing fans. Here are your probable $2 daily double late payoffs. Fails on the turn. They're off. That's Play at third for the early lead, coming away along the inside as they look for position into the turn. Don of White getting off third is Hawthorne Fickle. Racing in fourth round the turn to the quarter mile post goes Shaw Burger. They enter the stretch the first time. The early leader is Play at third. Racing in second, Don of White. Hawthorne Fickle is third. Shaw Burger is fourth. Racing in fifth on the outside now comes Trip the Wire. News Director along the rail. They go into the 3/8 pole. The leader by a tight length after 3/8 of a mile. That's Play at third. Racing in second position along the rail, Don of White. Hawthorne Fickle is third. Shaw Burger fourth. Trip the Wire out there fifth. Coming on to be sixth to the half-mile marker. That's the Colonel Wolf. They went off the half-mile pole in 1 minute and 2/5. The leader off stride now is Trip the Wire as they go to the three-quarters. On the front end, the leader by a length and a half to the upper turn. That's Play at third. Racing in second position to the turn goes Don of White. On the outside, ranging up to be third, that's Colonel Wolf along the rail, racing fourth. Hawthorne Fickle. They turn for home on the front end. The leader by a length is Play at third. Racing in second in the lane on the outside of horses comes Don of White. The leader under urging, Play at third. Don of White racing second. It's Play at third. The leader, Don of White with Colonel Wolf on the outside, but it's Play at third. Don of White and Colonel Wolf.